Hi Sybil. These are my answers for homework number 5. I'm going to go kind of fast because I'm late for work. So I would not recommend giving Casa Grande cash advance because after looking at their statements I can see that it's a very poorly run restaurant. I support my recommendation by looking at the statement of cash flows. Casa Grande has a negative cash flow from operations, which means the operations are spending more cash than it's bringing in. Secondly, Casa Grande's operating income to sales is way below industry average. And looking at Casa Grande's total asset turnover, I can see that they're not able to bring in as much sales as compared to the industry. Financially, I can predict that I would lose money if I agreed to the cash advance. Because Casa Grande has a very bad quick ratio compared to the industry average. So that means that I won't be getting, or we can predict it's not as likely that we'll get money back. Also, financially, looking at Casa Grande's cash flow from operations to current liabilities ratio with a ratio of negative 0.41 means that Casa Grande is absolutely losing money because they are not generating enough money to cover their current liabilities. So they're not going to be able to pay anyone back if they go belly up right now. And then question 2, saying that we are giving $1 million to Casa Grande. You asked how it would affect the balance sheet and the income statement. It would affect the balance sheet with a $1 million cash increase and a $1 million increase in accrued liabilities or unearned revenue, or even more detailed gift card expense or gift card. And then the cash advance would not affect the income statement. And then you asked for financial covenants. The first one, Casa Grande must keep their current ratio at above 2, which it is right now. I asked that they would remain above 2, which means that they're more liquid. And I expect Casa Grande to increase their current assets and decrease their current liabilities in order to become more liquid. And 3, I expect to see Casa Grande increasing operation income in order to cover their interest expenses, in order to have a higher times interest earned. I used EBIT because right now they will not be able to pay anyone back. And then the operational performance covenants that you asked for, I would just expect to see an appropriate growth in sales each year for Casa Grande without doing anything weird and tricky to their food costs. And then for Downtown Grill, question 3, my decision would be to grant Casa Grande the cash advance. They are risky though. Because they are risky because they have a negative iOS. And my support for that is the CFO is positive, which means they're good operationally in running restaurants. Downtown Grill has a good total asset turnover. It's above industry average. I am worried about their food costs because it's really high, but their inventory turnover is also really high compared to industry average, which I just assume means that they're buying fresher produce, which means they're not freezing it, and freezing items or canned items are more expensive or cheaper, and they can last forever, so their turnover is good, but their food costs are high. And looking at Downtown Grill's CFO to current liabilities, they're slowly losing money, but raising revenue will help turn their regression around. I do like that Casa Grande's food and beverage expenses are average compared to the industry, but purchasing a cheaper product in order to decrease the total expenses can help them. Downtown Grill is left with less than 10% of what they make in order to pay anyone, which isn't very much. Definitely not enough to make a profit from their business. And question 4, saying that Rewards Network will give Downtown Grill a $2 million cash advance anyway. That would affect the balance sheet by showing a $2 million increase in cash and a $2 million increase in accrued liabilities or unearned revenue, or also gift cards. And the cash advance would not affect the income statement. And the financial covenants for granting them money would be to find a way to increase CFO or decrease current liabilities. I expect to see the CFO current liability ratio rising. And 2, I feel uneasy about the liquidity of Downtown Grill's liquidity. I expect to see Downtown Grill making progress to becoming more liquid by decreasing their current liabilities as much as possible. And thirdly, obviously we want the CFO to debt ratio to be as high as possible, because that means we have enough cash from operations to cover our debt. So I expect to see Downtown Grill's CFO to debt ratio increasing, indicating that CFO is increasing, or Downtown Grill's debt is decreasing, which helps them and helps us. Operationally, I also expect to see an appropriate increase in CFO from Downtown Grill. It's the same as Casa Grande's, just because sales, bringing in people, always helps them, and it will increase their CFO, which helps increase their quick ratios. So that helps us, and it'll help them in the long run. All right, have a great day. Bye.